Yo, welcome back. It is night 2 from our escapades at Summer Game Fest play days. Getting out there, checking out some demos, talking to some people. Good day. How's your day overall? Huber, you got to meet some people.
Met some people, saw Sphere Hunter for the first time in my life. It was awesome.
Yeah, I was the Huber tracking device.
Yeah, that was.
People were hunting me down.
Susie kept asking me where
awesome.
Huber was, and every time she'd go there, and he was already gone to the next thing.
He is hard to keep track of. It's like a wild animal.
Yeah.
After I met her, I sent her that direction. I think she found you finally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we got you two. We got you two together. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of good times, a lot of fun stuff. Today is kind of multiplayer day. We played a couple of different games together, so that was fun. And we're going to start it off. I'm going to let you guys lead on this the most part because I talked about it before, but Remnant 2.
Yeah, dude.
Remnant 2. Okay,
Yes.
so we like the first game. Me and Huber, we played through it.
Twitch.tv/Easy
good time.
Allies. You can see that stream.
Yeah, really good game.
You're watching on
Sequels
Twitch.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right
on
now.
the channel you're on right now, click the videos tab,
Yeah.
stop watching us, and go to our VODs.
It's a third-person rogue, has roguelite elements where you go into areas and it's randomized what
Yeah.
will be there. So, like, in our demo, the people were like, I hope there's a checkpoint here.
I don't know what
Yeah,
your
hold on,
boss
there's a
is
boss
gonna
here.
get.
Maybe there's a boss there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we there's some new classes this time around. I played as this guy with a dog, man.
Houndmaster.
Houndmaster.
Well,
the dog was sick. I could sick him on like some freaks, like a warlock in WoW or something like that. Sick him on the hound. And what was cool about the hound is I got taken down. The hound resurrected me,
Yeah,
dude.
and the funny thing is the way that it does it is because you have like these items that are basically kind of like Estus Flask
Yes,
or
they
whatever,
are.
like these little
Yes.
red orb things that look kind of like a pillow that you're holding, and when the dog is rezzing Brad, it's just like holding one of those in its mouth over
Yes,
top
so
of
it's
him.
great. Big thing now is there's like more traversal and verticality than with the first game. So now you can like jump a few gaps. Some of those
I
stuff
fell
like
to my
that.
death a few times.
Yeah. Like in the first game, there was like stuff to fall down and die, but there was just like more this time. But it was never like too much.
You can
Yeah, it
also
was great.
clamber up and stuff too.
Yeah, you can like climb up some things briefly, which is very nice. Just helped the world feel a little better, and the verticality definitely helped a lot with that.
This is a huge step up from Remnant 1,
yeah.
Brad.
It is.
That's just, I just want to get that out there.
No, yeah, I
That
think
this
that's-
feels massively
Yeah,
better.
yeah. They said specifically, I think to Huber, that they like worked on the melee more to make it more
Yeah.
viable.
Yeah.
and you were like, yeah.
Wielding some big clock blade
You were
thing. There it is.
The
yeah.
tank kind of character. I was the hound guy, and Blood was like our healer.
I was a medic. Yeah.
Yeah, you had like ability you could put down like a green healing aura
little
for us,
green healing
which was
orb.
nice.
Yeah, one of the things that I was like a little bit of a bummer is that like once we got through it all, then he's like, all right, I really like want you guys to go back to base and like see how that's evolved, right? Because it's
Yeah.
been
Right,
20 years, he said, right?
Yeah,
Something along
in the
that
game,
line?
yeah. In the lore.
And they're also talking about how the base in the first game was kind of confusing.
Yes.
And like they really wanted to like make sure people could tell where everything was and be
Yeah.
able to get around it and stuff. But
I think I forgot to give Ilas something. Hold on.
Okay.
BRB.
okay.
Yeah.
But the
Is it for this?
No.
Oh, okay.
no, I gave her the stuff for the next one. Anyways.
This one's just downloading really slowly.
Anyways.
Keep going, Blood.
But no, the thing that I would have liked to have checked out is they gave us like these new abilities that slotted in with our weapons, and one of them was like a healing shot.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got like a burn damage one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was that Katamari like enemy?
we didn't fight that, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We were just like in one zone.
Yeah, we were in like a green forest and then like a more of a reddish forest.
Yeah, overrun with demons and stuff like
Yeah.
that. We went through there, lots of people falling and all that stuff. We got to a boss, which was cool. It was like this big freako. I don't know how to describe it. Like this big alien thing.
They're like it's like a larger version of like one of the standard enemies because they're these little like squiddy guys.
They were flying around, yeah.
And then you get to the end and there's a big squiddy guy and then he'd smash down his claws.
Yeah.
And then he'd do this big swipe across.
Yeah, it was cool because like it was like a circular arena that we could walk on. Because in the middle there was like a pit, and as you would do damage to him, he would kind of go into a different phase where he'd like break apart parts of the arena, so we'd all have to run one way. And he was like throwing down like pools that were hurting us, like poison or something like that. So, and he has mob spawning. It gets real chaotic, real quick, and like Hubert fell like 5 times off the thing.
3 probably.
I kept getting like
Yeah.
knocked down because like you kind of get staggered sometimes.
Yeah.
And I get either staggered or like my health bar would get taken out and I'd need a res. Like right when that floor was about to break.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't get off.
That was the worst.
Yeah.
I got
Dude.
to your corpse, Bloodworth. I was ready to revive you, and I was out of healing. I didn't
Dude.
know you needed a heal
Yeah.
to like.
Fear
Those are
not.
the worst.
The dev took over after you left, and he immediately fell.
Excellent.
He
Excellent.
immediately did the same thing as you.
Perfect.
But took us a couple tries, like 3 tries, maybe 3 or 4 tries, I think. Then we finally brought him down.
Nice.
Cool fight. Then we went to the home base. We didn't get a good look at it, like you said. And there was like we didn't get to dive into a lot of the customization of your character. Like we saw some skills you can get like that, but there's also like enhancements you could add to your weapons, like you said. So there's still a lot of systems we didn't get to really dive deep into.
Right.
But from a gameplay standpoint, it felt really good.
Really
Shooting
good.
guys felt nice. You guys played on controller. I played on PC, mouse, keyboard.
Yeah.
Everyone was doing
I
good.
used both because I like needed to use my like ammo drop because I was
you're
out
like,
of
how do I do it
ammo.
on controller?
And they're like, oh, I don't know. And I was just like, yo, four.
Four. Drop the ammo box.
I really like the UI. I think it's really clean, really easy to understand. It conveys a lot of information really elegantly. The mini map
The minimap was nice.
was
definitely.
a big improvement from the first one. And-
Oh yeah, they talked about they really had put a lot of
Yeah.
time into like making that mini map a lot better.
yeah.
And you could see the positions of where
It's
the rest
really
of your squad
nice.
was, and you could also see like the places that you had been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're white, but then the places that like are kind of like on the edges are red, and there's like kind of like just the fog of whatever that clears when you go through there.
Maybe you can clear this up for me. They were talking. There was like statues in some of the areas, and the developer was pointing out like this can be different for the quest in the area, so it can give you kind of an idea maybe what's coming and what you have to do in some areas. So I'm curious to see more how that will evolve. But like we said, it was a very rapid thing of just us kind of learning, mostly shooting.
Right.
What we played, the shooting was good and fun.
Melee was good. I liked
Yeah, melee
bashing
was
them.
definitely improved. So I had like you had that big like Warhammer sword.
Yeah.
I had like some weird like Dead Rising
Yeah,
claws.
it was like
I
the
had
it was like the boxing gloves
like a
with
ball and
machetes.
chain thing.
Yeah, blood had like a ball and chain thing. It was
Yeah.
cool, man. So it seems like an improvement all around.
Yeah,
so far.
and then this big old freaking machine gun.
Yeah,
Like it
Kara.
was good, but it was really hard when you need to reload it because it just
Takes forever.
And I think that's like that was some of the times on the boss I got
Yeah.
stuck too because I'm like, I need to reload now, but there's a bunch of freaking ads here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I do like you share like loot a lot of it, like stuff for upgrading and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But for
when you pick
ammo,
something up, I'd get a notification.
for ammo, you don't share that, so you got to be kind of strategic. You got to like be like, yo, do you need ammo or something like that, or just be mindful of it. But yeah,
Totally.
super sick game. Cannot wait.
My ability was like a big ground stomp, and
Oh,
like things
cool.
would like pop out
That's
in front.
sick.
It'd be
Titan.
like, boom, 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 boom.
Oh, yeah, that shockwave thing.
sick,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Hell yeah. But yeah, cannot wait to play more.
Yeah.
yeah.
Day one, super in.
Day one.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Big
A feel-good
improvement.
game.
Super, yeah, super feel
Feel-good
good.
time.
Yeah.
Running all really well
exactly-
too. I think.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
if you're a fan of the first one, it's just like the best. It's the best because it's like an improvement for just from top to bottom, all the way down. Well, you know,
we
obviously we
saw.
haven't. Yeah, from what we saw, we haven't gone
Yeah.
thure the whole thing to see the progression and
Yeah,
the
yeah, we have
variety.
no idea how
but
that'll be.
just from like playing it for a little bit, it was a
I
big
definitely
upgrade.
think it's got more variety going on than the first
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Yeah, for
by
sure.
100%.
Quite a bit.
For sure.
But yeah, I only wonder if it is just, like they were saying with the roguelike nature and, and the sort of procedurally generated maps that like, it did feel to me like this map that we did was less engaging than the one I had previously played.
Sure, 'cause
like it
it's
just felt
random.
like there were fewer enemies for a long time.
There wasn't a lot of enemies at the start, but then we started getting.
And then
a
when
lot.
we were leaving, when we were trying to get back to base, there's like these guys keep popping up. There's this freaking archers pop up and teleport around. I'm like, dude,
yeah, I
what?
think that's just the
Yeah.
nature of games like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, good time.
Solid.
Can't wait.
Yep.
Let me play more.
Huber,
Yo.
we've been like trying to get in on this for a while. We finally got you to play Immortals of Aveum.
Immortals of
You did a like, remote preview a little while back. They showed it off to you, but you didn't get to play it at that time. And there's another thing that we didn't get a chance to go to, but today
Yes,
you got to play.
I did. I love this actor.
What's this actor's name?
Like David Barnett, something
what was-
Barnett.
what was he in?
Close.
He's in
yeah.
he's in Ages of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Never Have I Ever. Really great show. Check it out. And obviously Gina Torres from freaking Firefly and Hannibal
Yeah.
and Destiny and so many things. So I've been so optimistic for this game since day one. Just everything about it, new IP, Call of Duty with magic. I'm just really hopeful and optimistic without even playing it. Finally got to play it today, and now I'm even more optimistic and even more hyped.
You feeling optimist and hype?
Yes.
Yeah, Darren Barnett, who's the actor,
Yeah.
saying already
Darren.
playing a sequel.
Sick.
He's feeling the hype.
Wow.
Sick. Yo, shout out. He's so great. Every time I've seen him in something, he's great. So basically, Call of Duty with guns. I've brought it up, but I'll bring it up again. The
Call of Duty with
I
guns.
was about to
huh?
say, I needed to say, I thought I was too tired. I was like, Call of Duty with guns.
Clip it.
I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
we're all, we're tired.
Call of Duty with
Duty.
magic. The director of it worked on numerous Call of Duties, and the entire idea for this game came from a piece of concept art where it's in a Call of Duty game and people are shooting at each other, and he's like, what if we replace these people with like mages? Wouldn't that be cool? That is the origin of the game from years
What the
ago.
crap are limpets?
So, that'll slow people down.
I got it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I got to play for like 30 minutes, and the most important thing, it feels good
Yeah.
to play. It is fast paced. It is impactful. Everything about it felt just awesome. There's so many moves too. You have your three magic like gauntlet things. So you have your blue blast, just like a bow, 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 like a DMR type. You have your green machine gun heat seeker, and then you have your red shotgun blast.
Okay, got it.
In addition to those, you have that, just from what I played, you have the slow down thing you can toss at them. You have your freaking bullet storm whip where you can pull people towards you.
I saw people doing that.
And then you also, on top of all of that, then you also have like these other magic moves. Some, kind of like Remnant style. There was one where you
This is the demo, right? This is what you played?
Yeah, is this me, Isla?
No.
No.
Your footage was too big. It would take 2 hours to upload.
Too
and none
big,
of
2
the
hours.
SPs on this computer were working. So.
Yeah, but
This is the B-roll,
This is
yeah.
The
exactly where I
provided
played though.
B-roll.
This is where I played. So this isn't me, but this is what I played. So yeah, you have your shield. You have like a big rock thing you can shoot out. A big like AOE blast. And that's in your bottom right, your magic meter down there. Those three
Got
bars.
it, yeah.
You can like find more as you loot boxes and kill people. You can like refill that. You have health stones. That's the 3 down there on the bottom left.
Okay.
I fought this boss. It was pretty cool, but it just felt so good. There's a double jump. There's a dash. Playing this game just felt excellent, and I think that is the most important thing. Obviously, there's the huge, lore, and you're going into this new world, and they're throwing out all these buzzwords at you: ley
Yeah.
lines, Nephilim, Herodrum,
Some Diablo stuff.
Galactic Duchess.
Galactic. Yeah, just so many things where it's like, okay, I'm jumping into this game. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I like these actors, so I'm invested just before they even speak because I like them as people.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sold on the story yet, but everything I've seen gameplay-wise, because after you were gone, I went back and was watching over someone's shoulder.
Yeah.
And yeah, like there were some cool stuff there, like a part that I don't know if it's going to be later in the B-roll or not.
Yeah.
But there's a part in there with that dragon.
Yeah.
Where the dragon basically grabbed the guy.
Yeah.
And like shot way up in the air.
Yeah.
Went past all this other stuff. Went past some like airships and stuff. And then like eventually like he gets him to let him go.
Yep.
And then you like fly back to Earth and like use your shield to cushion your landing.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that part. And there's some like mystery. You know, there's one of the villains. I think it's named the Hand. Is like looking for some artifact, and you're like chasing them down. So there's a big mystery about it. You know, the Immortals I think can revive maybe, because one of the soldiers is like really scared before you're going into battle, and then Gina Torres is like, yo, you'll be fine. And then he's like, well, easy when you're an immortal.
Yeah.
But then she's like, that's just what we call ourselves to scare our enemies, you know? So, you know, obviously it's impossible to tell you now if the story is good or not.
This is the scene, I think. This
Yeah.
might be this hard.
Yeah. But every second of the 30 minutes that I played, I was having a very good, fun time. And you can agree or not, but I will always give a little bit of bonus points for being a brand new IP, straight up. You're a brand new IP, you're getting a little bump. You're getting a new IP bump as well. But even if I remove that bump, playing the game was extremely fun.
It's single player only, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. The checkpoint or the waypoint is super annoying. They need to patch that. I can't stand it. Look at it pulsing.
Little blue.
That thing pulsing right there. That dot. Please get it out of my face. Yeah, that was my only complaint.
I see what
Look
you
at that
mean.
thing.
Yeah.
I just
I
like-
Look at that
thought
thing.
you meant the
It
blue
doesn't
thing, but
fit
you're
the
actually.
world.
I feel
Yeah.
like you don't even need a waypoint for that.
Yeah. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you got a map. You don't need a waypoint.
Yeah.
Alright.
There's loot. There's gold, there's XP, there's collectibles. I mean, this is a full-on RPG. There's like side quests, I'm pretty sure they said. We didn't really get into that.
Skill
but yeah,
tree, wow.
skill trees. Like, this game is shaping up, dude. I am so jazzed on this. Like, straight up jazzed, chat.
Or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Did you? Were you over there watching over?
I didn't see any of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's running really well. It looks really sharp.
It ran well.
I think one of the things is it's like they're going with so many particles and spell effects and dust and all that it actually is hard to quite communicate in a video because of compression and bit rates and all that garbage.
Totally. It looks so good
It looks
playing it.
so much better
Looks
in person.
awesome. Yeah. There's some Huber level easy puzzles. They're doing one right now.
Match colors.
Match colors. Match colors, baby. Match colors, open the door. Yep. There's some like
Press the switches to open the door.
Yeah.
Huber puzzle.
Yeah. There was like, he just manipulated that thing. The thing I did was I manipulated this giant like mech hand, and it like it unfolded its hand, and then you could like jump across it. So a little bit of platforming stuff. As far as that, like matching the colors and puzzle
This is a great
part,
environment.
it was basically just find them. You know, you're in a big environment. It's like, okay, find the things you need to shoot. But again, I'm really, really optimistic and hopeful about this game, and just playing it really sold me. Like I had a lot of fun. So will that hold up over 15, 20, whatever, how long this game is? Will the story resonate? Obviously all those questions you need to play the game. Like how does
Find out.
how does the progression work? Like how does, is leveling up and finding secrets meaningful? That's a huge thing for me personally. But the combat itself and presentation overall, just the cutscenes and everything, I liked a lot. So
I have
Very
a question.
nice.
Is this? I am still kind of bothered when they have the characters like try to look like the actors so much, because I'm like, oh, there's kind of Gina Torres.
Yeah.
Like we're not there yet, and when I know
Jones.
what the person's supposed to look like,
yeah.
it just looks worse.
Yeah.
Like I would rather they just not try.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who's bothered by that?
And Jones.
No, Jones, yeah. The
Yeah.
legendary
Oh, okay.
Jones, right?
Jones despises that.
yeah. I'm like, just make her a cool like fantasy person. Like she
Yeah.
can do the voice.
Yeah.
Like Gina Torres is great, but it's like I don't know, uncanny valley
Yeah,
for me.
like Ikora in Destiny.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it
think-
was Gina Torres, not anymore. She retired that role, but you know.
The Jones effect, yeah.
I think to me, there's just like just a slight enough of a artistic
Yeah.
impression there that it doesn't feel like it's
Yeah.
entirely looking like the real person. You know,
I don't know, Gina. I saw Gina Torres at the mall one time. She does have a blue scaly arm. Like that. So
But,
And I think watching it versus playing it. Obviously, when you're playing it, you're a little more immersed.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and so
yeah.
so yeah, maybe you'll settle into it. But also, Jones, he just doesn't like that stuff. So yeah, but jazzed. Jazzed.
all of us were jazzed to play Disney Illusion Island.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were. We were extremely. I think we were too jazzed for that person. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she thought we were weird.
We were on Hinge.
What, dude? I was
But to
throwing
be
out.
fair,
I was
we're
throwing out
unhinged.
Sora, dude. Damiani fucking name drops. Yo, Zora. Like we're unhinged. Unhinged. Yeah.
But yeah, so this is
Sora, dude.
4-player co-op Metroidvania craziness.
Saying Metroidvania in a Mickey Disney game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and its art style is just it's entirely its own thing. It's not really
Yeah.
based on anything else, so that really helps. And
I think there might be a cartoon that has this vibe now because I've
It's
seen other stuff at Disney.
Similar, I think.
yeah, I don't think
has
it's
this.
quite this though.
Oh, okay.
I think it's their own interpretation. But they have all these cool little things for their animations. Like they all have different things when they're like grabbing onto the wall to do a wall jump, or
Yeah.
like with
Yeah. Donald has a plunger.
yeah.
Yeah. If we had a fork.
Minnie had like a pickaxe thing, and then when Minnie does a double jump, she has like a little paper airplane. So there's a lot of cool stuff like that.
The first 5 minutes, I was really alarmed and concerned because it felt so splashy. The
Yeah.
controls were so floaty and loose and weird. But then I started to really connect with it, and it started to fit. I was like, okay, the double jumping is at least like precise. The wall jumping is precise. So it felt a little splashy, but the precision of it made me appreciate it.
Yeah, I also
Flashy yet
I
precise.
think
Yeah. Weird
Bizarre.
feeling, Isla, for sure. It's a weird feeling game.
I think there may be a little bit there that Damiani and I can both I think attest is I think there was some like wireless interference going on or something
Yeah,
with
there
the
was
Switch
something-
controllers,
it was a-
because there were times where like I was
Oh,
trying to like
latency.
Miyamoto effect.
wall jump and like it wasn't
This
working,
exactly.
and then other times I would do the same thing and
Yeah.
it did work, and it was just like, what is
Same,
the
literally doing like wall jumps and like
Yeah.
just flawlessly, and like it's like, oh, so simple to do, and then doing other times and Goofy would just like stop in this fall, and I'm like, what's going on there?
Charge those
Goofy? What's up,
batteries.
Goofy. Same with like the double jump, like. It felt like I had to keep holding up for the second double jump part for it to ever like to register sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's
felt
because
like-
we were using like dual Joy-Cons, and so since there is like
Yeah.
Yeah.
tracking
problem-
7 controllers, I think
Yeah.
sometimes the Switch gets a
And there
little
are
funky
multiple
with that.
stations too, so
Yeah.
it's like it probably, and
I
we're all
think
across.
the double jump, it felt like you had to jump at a very specific point in the air for it to like execute properly, which did take me a few seconds to adjust to, definitely.
Yeah.
But I did, yeah. Once it clicked, and when maybe there wasn't wireless interference, it felt appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on.
The best mechanic is the
oh.
rope.
We're going to get to that, yes.
You know, the
Good.
best mechanic is the hug button.
Yes.
That temporary, the gold yellow
Bonds.
heart. Yeah,
This
Yeah,
is the most
bonds.
friendly game around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It can make it a
basically,
little unfriendly.
with the hug button, it's like you hold out your arms with the Y button, I think,
And Goofy looks depressed.
and
when he
then
does
somebody else can come up and hug you
Get embraced.
and give you a heart.
An
right?
extra heart, yeah.
They make Goofy look miserable when you do it. So like if you just have to hug Goofy to make the miserable his misery go away. And then he's like jolly again. But Goofy had the best thing. So every time I was like running ahead of everyone, and like I had to wait for you because I didn't control the camera because I would have left you all behind.
Yeah, it was on single player. Player one.
So what they purposely didn't give me player one because they didn't want me to like run ahead and leave everyone behind all the time. So whenever I got ahead of you guys, I just did like a crouch with Goofy. He had the goofiest crouch thing. He just looked like his like smile went all like creepy and smirky like. It was like demonic Goofy. I was like, all right, cool.
A cool thing about this is like we said, it's like open world. There is like a freedom exploration. Like it looks like a Metroidvania map when you look at it. Definitely.
And there was a lot of things that we came across, and she was like, "You need a power up to go through that. You need a power up to go through this."
Yeah.
Basically, a lot of the stuff was locked doors. And of course, we were like, "Yo, is this the door to darkness?" And
So many Kingdom Hearts references, but she laughed every time.
I think she was
They
just
knew something. They were
I
trying
think
to
she
play
was
it
embarrassed.
off. Yeah, they
think she was
like break any
embarrassed.
rules. Yeah.
But the friendly aspect also, what we brought up with the hug, not only that is the rope.
Yeah.
So if someone's on the edge
Yeah, here you go.
of something and
Yep.
someone can't quite get up, you can just easily drop like a rope down for them. They can just
jolly.
climb up real fast, keep the movement going.
Yeah, it was great.
Real friendly, especially they said like if you're playing like younger kids or something like that, or people who aren't experienced with games, very fun.
Throw that rope down.
Yeah.
And climbing the rope wasn't a chore either.
No,
It
you
was
just
like
push-
you just zip up it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of like objectives, there was mostly for us just finding the keys.
Yeah, so you come across a locked door that would need 3 keys.
Door to darkness.
And then you would search the
was like, where's the answer?
search the map to find the keys. Yeah.
2 things. Huber noticed to talk about like the collectible on the maps, how it increased when you saw how much it changed from one zone to the next.
Yeah,
You were
it was those blue orbs you see on the footage chat. The first zone we were in took us like maybe 15 minutes to get through that very first zone.
Yeah.
And there were like 25 blue orbs total in the whole zone, and then we got to the next zone and there were like 120. So we definitely played like the early tutorial type level. And the boss fight. I really liked the boss fight.
I don't even know what the hell. I
postage
don't even know what
is
it
due.
was.
Yeah.
The postage is due. That was it.
It was some like crazy post person just out of control. The post is due. Basically, we split up, 2 on each side, and then these like little levers would pop out, and we had to hit the levers, and then that would open a thing, and it would drop on the boss.
Yeah.
And the boss
Yeah, because
took,
there's
like,
not
8 or 9
any
of
sort
those
of
hits.
attack button.
Yeah,
no
you
attacking.
don't.
Yeah, so everything that you do in terms of like a boss fight or whatever is, interacting with switches and stuff in the environment.
Yeah. I really liked that boss fight. It was good platforming. It was cool. You had to double jump up and kind of wall bounce.
And they would drop
hit the
in like
switch.
these little spike things.
Yeah,
and
they would come in and out, so you have like limited time to hit them, and yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. The orbs you mentioned earlier, they also are used for like upgrades a little bit. We saw just briefly like you can increase the amount of hearts you had for something like that.
Nice.
So there was incentive to actually collect them. I'm trying to think of what else we saw of this.
The footage showed 2 things. We did see like a hidden wall.
We
Like,
did,
They're
yeah.
like fake walls. So
Yeah.
what do you
You found
expect from
that, right?
Metroidvania? Yeah, they showed one here, and then we didn't get it unlocked, but they showed it in this footage too. Like there were special abilities we hadn't learned yet that
Right.
allow you
Yeah.
to access different parts of rooms. Like there were like at least 2 rooms we got to. Like one with like something like that could launch
Yeah.
us, and then like a platform which clearly showed you have like a butt stump type move, which will
Right.
break it. So
Oh, it does
those
the
power-ups, yeah.
Sorry, it does the new Super Mario Brothers thing where if someone is too far away,
Yeah.
it'll warp them to you, but they're like in an envelope almost.
Yeah, a little colored envelope. And same thing if you
Postages,
die.
Yeah, the-
Yeah.
And then the checkpoints are little mailboxes.
Yeah.
So if the rest of the team gets to a mailbox, then your envelope will show
Yeah.
up and you'll rejoin the team.
Super friendly, dude.
Yeah,
Super friendly, super good.
good vibes.
Had a
Game.
great time. Want to play more.
Huber,
Yo,
you got to check out Oxenfree 2.
Oh gosh.
damn right I did. I think I scared the dev team because I went back like 2 hours later.
What if I told you scare a lot of devs? I've seen it happen many times.
I went back 2 hours later and I was like, yo, I just want to say I can't stop thinking about Oxenfree 2. Great. It was great. I'm so hyped. Yeah. Oxenfree 1, do not skip it. Don't skip Oxenfree. It is always in the articles that are like, if you like Life is Strange, you should try these games. Oxenfree is always one of those games. So super narrative driven. Where do I even begin?
The start.
The
Yeah.
freaking Slender Man ghost just popped up on the screen there.
Basically, I forget all the names. Sorry, it's previews and there's a lot
Right.
going on. But you show up to this different island from the first one, The first island is referenced. You can like see it in the distance, so it's close to that. And basically, I played for 15 minutes or so. I get to the island and I'm supposed to set up these like antenna signals because there's these weird frequencies going on. Oxenfree or number 2, Lost Signal, I think is the subtitle.
Lost Signals is the name of the subtitle.
So you're supposed to go all over the island and set up these antennas, and you have a big world map, and you have your walkie-talkie and your radio, and conversations happen in real time, and you have dialogue choices, and that'll, change things depending. The first game had multiple endings. I assume this will be the same. There was no Q&A. They weren't answering any questions. They were like, here, have fun. Walked away,
Okay.
They were just like, hey, go for it. And I think the first takeaway, as someone who loves Oxenfree 1, was how good it looked in person. I was really surprised. I was like, whoa, okay, this looks really good in person, because you see it on here, it looks fine. But when you're walking through, it looks really good. You have full movement too. It's not just side to side. You can walk around the environment. Yeah. You can interact with different things. Really hard to get an impression of this game because it is narrative.
Yeah, and you want to settle in and get the vibe, right?
You want to settle in, but in the first 20 or so minutes, when the demo ended, I was bummed because I was getting so immersed and invested in it. There's like, basically your boss is on the walkie-talkie and she's like, hey, you got to go up here and, set up the antenna, but you got to meet this guy first. You meet him, his car's broke down, so then you start like walking together. And just the conversations and the voice acting were so natural, really solid. And the exploration seemed really good too. Again, it's a pretty big world map, but not like, not overwhelming or whatever. And some areas are blocked off. They kept mentioning like, hey, you have to get the climbing gear to be able to climb because there's like rocks you can climb and stuff, but it's like pretty basic.
Cool though. I like that.
Yeah, so you have to like get other things to unlock like more areas of the map. And if you play the first game, it's supernatural, so there's some sinister things going on. Maybe you hallucinate or, fall asleep and something goes down. Like it gets, Oxenfree 1 gets a little dark in there. But yeah, I love the first game so much. And just from my brief time with this, like, I'm so excited. But again, there's not much to say because the story from what I played was so brief. Well, it was like, hey, set up the antennas. Cool.
I think that's a good sign when you said you're bummed when it ended.
Yes.
It still did a really good job of sucking you into the world.
Absolutely.
Which is very hard at a show like this and with a heavy narrative game.
Yeah. Like I was just in the corner on the couch. I had my headphones on. I was just like so immersed so quickly. I don't think there was anything else. Yeah, I talked about the walkie-talkie and the radio was basically the only mechanic. Oh, that was sick. The radio.
Yeah.
The guy you're with is like, hey, do you like baseball?
Oh,
go to 93.7 and check it out. You go to the radio station or like on the radio and like full on Mafia vibes, like radio broadcast. Mafia Definitive Edition, really good radio broadcast. That's why I bring it up. Just a full on baseball game. Like, he goes to the mound, and it looks like ball two, 2-1. Full on base. Just that immersion is super good. And then also, the no spoilers, the demo ended with a big kind of reference to the first game as well. So if you play the first one, you'll be excited.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of an addendum on Mortal Kombat because you played it yesterday, but today you got to talk to one of the devs.
Yeah.
So what did you find out?
So Don, of course, I was like, yo, Don, you got any questions for the MK team? Let me know if you got any questions or whatever. It's one of those interviews, Blood, where it's like, you can't really get much out of them because they show you the demo.
And that's all they're talking about?
And that's all they're talking about. So really, there wasn't a lot of new info I got. They did talk about tag team battles, and they were like, Yeah, we're not talking about that now. We're not doing that. You know, the cameo fighter kind of took that spot
Got
of tag team battles. I know, you know, some people, myself included, were asking about that. So that seems to be off the table for now. Who knows if that'll even be a thing in this game or not. Dawn wanted to know, are all previous relationships altered or just some, like Jackson Sonya, for example? And again, they're just not.
Yeah, all we really know is Sub-Zero and Scorpion
Yeah.
mostly.
Yeah.
I guess.
And like, you know,
Katana and Melina.
Katana
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Melina,
That's
and
right,
obviously Liu Kang and Raiden are in different positions, you know, versus the overarching lore. Dawn also wanted to know, there seems to be an Earth realm, you know, heavy on the Earth realm. He's like, are there literal plot connections to classic locations like the Living Forest, or is it more nostalgia and nods? And then, you know, classic interview, he's just like, there are more realms. You know, just like really hard to get information. What else? Will cameo fighters be available from all of the games or just the trilogy? And then he's like, they're very exciting, you know, from the ones you've seen, you gotta wait to see. So just like, it was really hard to get any kind of information. So then I was just kind of lobbing him softballs about like, you know, how do you guys come up with the fatalities? And they were basically like, you know, we have a team and we just kind of, you know, freestyle that, you know. He actually spoke to my heart and soul. He said, we'll never run out of ways to murder people. It was just like, okay. Awesome. Yeah, then I was just talking about like the balance and stuff, and then he was one of the main like gameplay designers, so he was like, yeah, we are always watching. Yeah, I asked him too. I was like, how do you guys balance? Because for me, Mortal Kombat is so awesome because it caters to the most hardcore and also the most casual. Like, as someone who really loves fighting games, but is also really intimidated and not very good at them, Mortal Kombat has always been my favorite because, you know, you can hop in and just have a good time. Whereas I feel like, you know, some other ones like Street Fighter for me is like so much more difficult to like perform well, I guess. And just because like Mortal Kombat has always been leading the charge with their single player stuff, you know, their crypt, their conquest modes. Obviously, Street Fighter 6 is really, you know, closing that gap. But basically, I was like, how do you balance that for like the veteran players and the you know, more casual players? And he's just like, yo, we're always watching Twitch. We're always listening to the community. You know, we watch that stuff religiously, nonstop. And we're just always tweaking and thinking about that. And he's like, you know, fun is the most important thing, first and foremost. But, you know, because he was like, yeah, we don't want to like tweak too much. You know, if something is like a serious problem, we'll come in there. But, you know, as long as everyone's having a good time with like a lot of characters, that's the most important thing. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Just really chill interview. You know, I was asking about the story and stuff, and they just couldn't really say anymore. You know,
For sure.
He even said, he was like, yo, we're here to celebrate this gameplay demo. You know, anything else is kind of off the table, so there really wasn't a lot to get.
For sure.
So,
Brief moment.
yeah.
Let me see if I can find what.
Maybe I said that yesterday, too. I think I did already. The X-ray moves, it's
Yeah.
about stitching them together.
Yeah.
You did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. That was
Let
like
me
my
find
biggest
this,
question.
trailer. Don had some. He was like, I walk in here yesterday, and
Yeah.
Don is like, or no, this morning, and he was like going off and like replaying the footage of the trailer because they reversed some footage.
I didn't understand that question. Dawn asked me about that, and I was like, I couldn't understand it.
It was in here, so watch the pool, right? So this lip of the pool is on the right, and the city is on the right.
Yeah.
Now the city is on the other
Oh, they
side.
mirrored it.
Got
And the
it.
lip of the pool is on the other side.
That is a deep cut.
Yeah, and we were
Yeah.
like looking at it, and we were like, because at first we're like, okay, he's in Malibu,
Yeah.
you know, because this is over here and that's over there. But then here we're like, okay, he's in Long Beach because it's like below the city.
Yeah.
Anyway, Don, it was so funny. Don was just, he like kept replaying it. It was marvelous.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's any like letters or anything in this shot.
Yeah.
Because in the other one, there are numbers that you can see are normal. So, yeah, I don't know why they did it, but that's why Don was. Oh yeah, and see, it's on that side in this shot too.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is weird.
wait. Does that just mean that there's pools
This
and
is the
balconies
shot-
on both sides?
Maybe. This is the shot they flipped though. But yeah, it's hard
But
to
wait,
tell.
but did they flip it, or is there just a reverse angle that you're looking the other direction?
Maybe.
There's another pool on the back side of them.
That's what he told
It's
me too. Air
complicated.
combos. Biggest.
No, it looks like the
biggest
same.
thing.
It looks like it's mirrored.
Yeah.
That was another huge thing he said that he was really proud of. He's like, "Yo, we brought air combos back big time. It's all about like fighting in the air this time around. There's a lot of that because that has been absent. Like, obviously juggling and shit, but like way more air combos and combat in this one.
Nice.
Yes.
Brad Damiani, tell us what the crap Ever Crisis is.
Oh, what the crap?
I wish I knew more about it because I still have several questions about this game. But me and Damiani played some of Ever Crisis today.
Final Fantasy
Yeah,
VII
Ever
Ever
Crisis.
Crisis, to be clear.
The mobile
Yeah.
game.
When they're cramming all of Final
Fantasy
VII
Anthology.
into,
Yeah.
yeah, we played it on a nice tablet.
Yep.
Can say it looked nice. And
It looked very nice.
It
It ran good.
very well. Like
Yeah.
I didn't notice any issues with it running on that tablet, whatever
Yeah.
it was on. So there's a version of it that runs very well. Because there was some trailer footage that gave me pause for concern for a little bit because I thought it was like what we're looking at looks a little framey sometimes, but it looked very smooth
Yeah.
on there. So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was taking the notes. So you have like the your abilities on the bottom of the screen. They show like the ATB bar cost. So you don't move in combat. It's turn based and you're stationary. So you literally just tap which enemy you want to target. And you tap on the bottom what ability you want to use. The cool thing we got to see is that you were able to like do dual limit breaks. That was like the
Oh.
big difference in the battle system that I noticed was that Barrett and Cloud. We did the opening bombing mission.
Yeah.
And we did up to the reactor, the Scorpion the Sentinel boss. And during that fight, we were able to execute both their limit breaks simultaneously, which was like kind of cool because you can't do that in the other games. You do one
Right.
and then you can do the other, so it's something new. There was manual movement outside of combat where you just little virtual analog appears. And you can hold it, or you can just kind of tap where you want to go. If you're near a treasure chest, or an icon appears that says open or action near stairs to climb climb a ladder. So very simple controls. We did start with the tutorial though, but tutorial was a different style.
So the tutorial was Cloud and Sephiroth fighting, and it was just teaching the things. Then Zack comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Cloud gets knocked back, then Zack steps in.
Sick.
And then you kind of play that. Then it rolls into the exact opening from Remake with Aerith. It was the remake graphics, everything the same intro and all that stuff. And it started at the train station.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But then it went into this.
When you're moving through the world, it's much more chibi style.
Yep.
But when you're in combat, it looks way more like Remake.
Yep.
You can see in the footage, their designs look more like the Remake
Crazy.
versions and all that stuff. And when they talk, their character portraits are a different art style.
It's
Oh my
hand,
God.
the
So there's,
hand-drawn
three.
art, yeah.
Okay.
So they're kind of going just cramming everything in there.
But the one thing about it is so we went through the reactor. It seems much quicker. It wasn't the full reactor. It felt like you just got the things stuff was just taken out to make you go through it quicker.
Right.
At the end when you set the bomb to go out, Dominic was playing and it's 10 minutes or whatever.
I didn't even control during that part.
Yeah, he didn't even control through it, and it went through. It went from 10 minutes and he went through a screen. Then it was at 30 seconds immediately. So it just kind of skips some of the stuff like that. But
Yeah. So wondering if they do that with more of the other games, they're just gonna truncate some of this stuff or be more faithful. Sorry, there was one other battle mechanic. There was something called command shift.
Right.
which allowed you to shift to like the defensive or offensive kind of like stance.
Okay.
So when Scorpion Sentinel like raises its tail, it's gonna do a big attack. You go into defensive so that you don't take as much damage, and then when you come out of it, you can like use offensive and enhance your attacks. Everything was random encounters.
Yeah,
So
random.
you walk a bit, does
okay.
did, like
Excellent.
the classic style.
There was also in some of the chests there was a
Oh.
currency. We had no idea what this currency was used for.
yeah.
It's gonna be some gotcha
Had
stuff.
Crystals,
Yeah.
gold, gil, and
Yeah,
materia. We don't know
definitely.
if those were like something you could use in like there were 3.
They'll
currencies.
get ya.
Who knows? Sorry.
Sell that taped Buster sword. How much?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. The enemy could also go into a defensive stance, and it had like sigils above it and a number, and you had
Okay.
to break through those.
Yeah, you had to use like braver.
Otherwise,
on it.
your attacks would like be severely reduced in the damage you did. So
I saw a little lightning thing on the top right a couple screens ago. It said 25 out of 25 on the menu. I'm hoping that's not like a gotcha energy mechanic.
We have no idea.
Where you like can only play so much and it has to read the.
I don't know about that. We don't know if I think they said a long time ago it was gonna be like episodic, but I don't know if that's the plan still or what's going on. We just have no idea about so many other things. All we just know is like what we played. So we have many questions still.
questions.
But
It
yeah.
runs well. It's like it looks nice and runs well. I guess is the biggest thing, and we understand like the basics of the combat
Yeah.
system now.
But I was like, I'll play it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll play it. I don't know if I'm gonna drop some cash on that.
Yeah, we're like,
I'll check it out.
Gotta price it for sure.
You'd buy that tape Buster sword though.
Maybe.
If it was item
Depends how
shop
much
only.
it was.
$5.
Maybe. Maybe if he has like the whole model
Yeah.
or something like that. But yeah, we still don't know about Sephiroth, and we still don't know a lot about the game. So we will see
Right.
as time goes on.
And then Brad, Damiani,
Yes.
and myself played
Yeah,
Foamstars.
favorite.
Yeah, there are a lot of people talking this up. It's like, it's better than you thought.
Yeah, yeah.
Expectations.
Yeah, but that's the
are
thing, Hubert, because then
everything.
it was like the almost like a seesaw, because it's like then everybody had been saying that all morning.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't know. A little bit.
Yep.
It's an interesting game. I will say it is not as Splatoon-like as it appears at
No.
first.
At least this mode we played.
Like obviously it's taking that inspiration very clearly, but the way that the mode plays is not at all how Splatoon plays. And so kind of the like core tenets are like attack, surf, and build. And so when you're spraying the foam across, you're trying to see how it says chance on the screen there for a second? Mm-hmm. So when you get the life bar of an enemy all the way down, they get wrapped up in a ball of foam.
Whoa.
And so then to eliminate an enemy, you surf into them. Or on your team, to
Killing
heal
blow.
and resuscitate an enemy, you surf into them.
Got it.
And then in this mode, see how there's like all these numbers on the screen, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the sides?
Yeah.
So if you get the opponent's team, if you get 7 kills basically, then one of their team members, whoever was doing the best, becomes the superstar of their team. And whoever's superstar gets taken out first is the losing team, basically. Yeah. So you got to take out the other team's superstar. So you got to take out all 7, and then you got to take out the superstar.
Yeah.
So pink team here
Yeah.
Yeah.
has 6. If
Yeah.
they kill the other team, it goes to 7.
No.
No.
No, that's how many of your stock you have left.
Yeah, that's your lives.
And then
Okay.
Blue
so
has 3
that's
left.
how many you have left.
Got it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how many knockouts you
So
score?
if you take out all the blues,
Then one of them turns into the superstar, and then you have to
yeah.
target them. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a little VIP mode
yeah,
built
yeah.
in.
Yeah,
Sick.
exactly.
This was just one mode they
Okay.
said, but it's the only one they were talking about.
Yeah.
and then the foam.
Cool hybrid there. I like that.
Yeah, the foam, as you can see, it stacks up, and so like part of it is like building walls and stuff like that too.
terrain.
And that's one thing that I think
Cool.
does make it a little bit confusing visually. Like sometimes like trying to target people, like they're
Yeah.
on the
chaotic.
other side of the
It
foam.
looks chaotic.
Yeah. And then there's like the character abilities are pretty different as well. So there's like just trying to like almost like a fighting game, like learn like what the heck does this guy do? He like does this big jump and then splashes down and foam goes everywhere and how effective is that?
Yeah, some of them have different weapon types. Like the first guy I played with had like a shotgun.
Sick.
Yeah.
He was like good at just getting like, up and close with people.
Excellent.
He had like he would go underground and shoot up. Then he had like a grenade he would throw. or something
Yeah,
like that.
it's like a mine,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, you would throw it, and then like if somebody got close to it, then it would
blow
burst.
up. Yeah.
And then so you have the L1 and R1 are like your character's two unique skills, and then if you get your meter all the way up, then they've got a super as well.
Was there a paintbrush equivalent, Bloodworth, or the paint roller?
So you. Oh no
Like that, no.
Love that weapon.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think about like what some of the other weapons. Like one was like a big spray nozzle kind of thing.
Yeah,
that
Dominic,
the guy
you were
had.
using like a rocket launcher kind
It
of
was
looking
like-
thing.
Yeah,
that
there's
was
one
good.
that had like a rocket launcher that
Yeah.
like locks on to people.
Yeah.
Sorry,
a little bit.
I'm delirious. You may have already said this. I'm sorry. What is the benefit of the foam? Like your color foam?
You
move faster
move
on your
faster?
foam
That's
and slower
more
on enemy
Splatoon
foam.
like
Okay,
stuff.
so you want
But you don't
avoid
need to
damage.
like
Okay.
cover a certain amount.
No.
No, not this mode at least.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, at least not this mode. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
There's no-
again, it's
you don't
like
take
you-
damage
You
in
can
that-
create walls and
No,
stuff
No, you just
that
move
way.
really slow, and
just
like
move
it,
slow.
but like your controller vibrates, letting you know like bad.
Get out of
like,
there. And then if you just shoot their foam,
Yeah, you can cover it up.
Then you cover it up.
yeah,
yeah.
Okay. Great. Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
you knock it out with your
Sweet.
foam bubbles.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, and so like she's got dual pistols. That's her main weapon there.
Cool.
Does the superstar gain like
so,
abilities, or are they just the focal?
Great
I think they get
question.
some.
They get
increases
a lot
to-
more health.
Yeah.
And then I think they probably do more damage and stuff.
Yeah, I think there was something
okay.
like that.
Sure.
Yeah,
They
because
get-
they're
yeah, they
sticking
get
around.
buffed.
I was
Yeah,
like,
the
man,
Yeah,
Star-
it can-
Star
yeah, it
gets
can-
buffs. They said
it could take a
They
second.
do my damage
Okay.
more HP.
You're like a mini boss at that
Yeah.
point. It's
Yeah,
fun.
but it's like if
Yeah.
you're dead, it's over.
that's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah.
And
That's a
then,
really smart mechanic, I feel like.
This was the only mode they showed, but they did say there are other modes and there is a single player campaign as well.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's secret for
Blood,
now.
as the resident as the resident Splatoon expert, how did you feel about this, dude? Just personally,
Well,
like,
that's what I mean. Is
Yeah.
that like, even though there's like some Splatoon inspiration,
Yeah.
clearly
was it messing with your
it's
brain?
not the way the game plays.
Yeah.
it just is not.
It's just
it's
not.
a very different
Very
thing, and it was in it. You know, we played 5 rounds.
Yeah, that's
but,
quite a bit.
You know, it's still a fair sense of just trying to get to know how this game plays.
Yeah, cool.
Because I do think that like having the foam barriers, but you can see the enemies through them, kind of throws my brain off a little bit. I would almost rather not see that there's an enemy through the foam. Be like more of a surprise attack or something. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, where are they?
Ranked mode.
Maybe some of them can't see when you go underground with some of the characters. I'm not sure.
Different perks or something.
Maybe.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure
know.
about
I'm
that.
no- we
Yeah, this
don't
guy
know.
kind of like dives under and pops out, and see like the big like
Wow, that's a cool
cannon
weapon.
blast he's
Yeah,
got going
I
on
didn't
there.
see
It's
that.
a fire hose
The
kind of
fact that
weapon.
it just is foam party themed is so funny to me.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Aliens, this weapon, dude. The big like,
Yeah.
smart gun. Vasquez.
Decent amount of characters.
Yeah,
8
they
characters.
let us use quite a few of them. I'd want to say like 8 or
There was
so
8
available.
8 characters.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then there's
this
like
one Dominic
another
played
8
as.
that were like blocked out.
Yeah, they weren't all available. Was it? Like,
Is this free to play?
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
think so.
I'm not
I would
sure.
guess not.
I don't
don't
think
think
they
we-
addressed
I don't-
it.
Is
but
Is
I
it
don't think-
$70?
They did not say anything like
Okay.
that. Cannot confirm.
Let me see if it's in my
But
email.
they,
It might have
look.
something
well,
there.
so that like the 8 characters, like was it like the main or the the character that kind of like focused on was like what Soa, Jet Justice was like
Yeah, the names are great.
Tonics.
There's one girl that's like just like covered in like cake and ice cream.
Yeah, that was Melty.
Yeah.
Melty.
Agito, Penguin, the Baristador, and Rave Breaker.
Cool.
And they kind of fit into 4 kind of like templates. There's like the balance shooter. There's the heavy hitter. There's the foam specialist, which is kind of like their job is just to overwhelm
the
with a
map.
lot of foam.
That's me.
And then they have
Support.
That's kinda interesting,
range
actually.
Range fill.
Snipers.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Why am I kind of interested in our group stream of Foamstars?
Same.
That was
no, that'd be fun.
that was the vibe at all of SGF, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
Everyone's like,
Foamstars
I'm
is kind of okay.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
But
It's
yeah,
really fun.
I don't know if we can find anything about.
Yeah, I'm looking for the press release here. So release date is TBA.
TVA.
I'm looking at the
EA.
website and there's nothing
It's
on
just
it.
PS4, PS5 too, I believe
Yeah.
right now.
Oh,
So I was in that showcase.
jeez. Sony, dude, paid up for
Paid up for
Foamstars.
Foamstars, dude.
Foamstarsgame.com.
That website has no information.
Yeah, there's nothing in the press release either.
Okay.
Really.
So they're
Oh, we
still
have no idea.
Yeah, they're probably just still
So-
figuring it out.
Yeah.
But it's weird though because like they still specifically like call out that the team making it is like people that work on Dragon Quest and Nier.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah, that is insane.
create a business unit 2, I think they said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Selling it.
You too.
But yeah, interesting game. Cool. We will see how it plays out as time goes on.
See how?
I'll try it again. Definitely.
Yeah. See if it's got legs.
Yeah, see how Huber likes it.
Yeah.
Shooting that foam.
Get that battle pass in there. Sign me up.
Put Cloud in there.
oh yeah.
There you go, the crossover
Yeah.
stuff.
Shinra outfitters, soldier outfit.
Some Dragon Quest 8 tie-in.
Oh,
Let's go.
do it, Square. Put a Yoko Taro helmet in there.
Yeah,
Emil's-
Chad,
Emil's
2B's
helmet?
coming.
Oh
2B's
my
coming
God.
for sure.
2B.
She'll be in this game.
Yeah. I have no doubt about that.
No doubt. no doubt.
One of you got to play with us though, Huber Crash Team Rumble.
Dude, I was so hyped on this.
Another one we did 4-on-4.
Chat, I kept being like, yo, this is really fun, guys. And they were just like, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. And I was like, dude, no, this is sick. I really like that this game is really, it is the classic cliche, chat. This game is easy to pick up, hard to master. It seems like so simple to figure out. Second game we played, I knew everything you had to do. The first one, I was like kind of
There
fumbling.
were some things that I didn't get until the very end, and then when I figured out, like, oh, now I understand how this works, then I lost.
I was like, who's this Roshan guy on our base right now?
yeah, but
Yeah, Roshan, yeah. freaking
basically,
Roshan, dude.
the idea
It was so fun.
is you're
There's
in
so much strategy.
yeah, you're in these arenas, and you want to collect the Wumpa fruit, and then you've got like this platform that's your platform, your goal.
Yeah.
And then you take the Wumpa fruit back to the goal, and you've got to be on the
Yes.
goal for a minute for it to like
So
fill the bar.
yes, you take your fruit back, but then also on the map there are little like
They're called relics, the little blue key things.
little relic stations. So you could pick up a key and then use a key on a relic, and it would spawn like poisonous mushrooms or even like a turret.
Or like there's like a beach ball that you'd roll around and you could knock people with it or whatever.
Yeah. And then there were also the bonus spots, which were really important. You would like platform up, capture 3 points. You're capturing it. If anyone is on that, it stops capturing. But
Right.
if you fully capture it, then you get like a 20 or 30% bonus
Boost,
for
yeah.
all the
Everything
fruits
that
you
you pick
bring
up,
back.
like,
yeah.
it's kind of a multiplier. And it was like the first to 2,000
Yeah.
points was the winner.
And you're picking up, 100 and bringing them back. And, matches were like,
Yeah.
8 to 12, 8 to 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you have like
three classes that the characters are divided
Yep.
into.
Yeah.
You have a scorer, you have a blocker, and you have a
Blocker
booster.
hype.
Booster.
Yeah, and I stuck with the boosters.
Yeah. So as a blocker, I would just like go to their base and try to just keep them off,
Rough 'em up.
and rough them up, and prevent them from returning their fruit. Because if you kill someone, knock them out,
They lose.
They lose all their fruit.
Yeah, when you hit them too, they lose some of the fruit they were holding.
Yeah. So I just really liked the roles, and I really like the strategy as a team. To be fair, the nature of a preview event, we're landing with 4 TVs, so it's like
8 TVs.
8 TVs basically. Who the hell? No one can ever play like that. So it's like, okay, will I have as much fun as I did if I was online playing with you
Yeah.
guys? Because obviously in this setting, it was really excellent.
Yeah. Well, one of the other things too, which is difficult to like get used to, is like the characters are pretty different in terms of how they play and what their abilities
very
are.
True.
Yeah.
And in like including things that you feel like, oh, this is just a basic move. It's like, no, that's what Neocortex can do. So like with
Yes.
Neocortex,
Yeah.
the circle button would be a dash, and so I could like air dash. But then with Tawny, the circle button would be like a ground pound.
Yeah.
And so we get into this area with a lot more platforming, and I try to air dash, and I just ground pound and kill myself by dropping straight into the water.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like Tawny would just do like the Crash Bandicoot spin, while Neocortex had an actual gun to shoot people with.
Yeah.
And then Engine, he had like a jetpack to kind of fly around with. And then there are also like these kind of equipable things as well that
Like
anybody
a support item, basically.
Yeah, support item. So you could drop a healing
They were
refrigerator.
so good.
You could do this thing called a garbage drop, where you just dump garbage on people. I had one with a TNT box, where it's like, and it's really interesting the risk and reward of the TNT box because it starts off on you. Like there's a countdown over your head that the TNT is going to blow up, and you've got to touch another player to pass it. You know, hot potato style.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just really impressed by how well it played, how good it felt, and the level of strategy. Like each map, each round we played, the next one, I was like thinking more, thinking like one step further. I was like, okay, what if I like attack them, but then I like take the relic and then put this here, and then the items too, like you were talking about the TNT ones. One of them was just a straight up like flower piranha turret.
Yeah.
So I was a blocker, and I equipped that one, and that was working really well because I threw it on their base.
Right.
So it was like the turret was there,
big
and
guard
I was
guys that you could summon too.
Yeah.
One of them. Yeah.
Those things were annoying to deal with.
Yeah.
There's lots of cosmetics too, like
Yes.
different outfits for all the
There are a
characters,
lot
like
of
outfits, backpacks,
Yep.
hats, lots of stuff.
Yep.
I think this is also a $30 game too.
30 seems
Yeah, I think it's
fair,
cheaper.
but
I
yeah,
don't remember what the
It's not a
price.
full price game,
yeah,
Yeah.
but I think it'll be fun. You play a few rounds every now and then, you'll have a good time.
Yeah, it
play
felt
with your
good.
friends or something like that. Yeah.
yeah. I saw Sohinky.
Yeah.
We were talking about it. He was really pumped. He was like, yeah, I was the one with like I played the same one too. There's a character where you're like throwing out flasks, but then your ultimate move is you chug them, and it takes it. This really elevated my love for this game. Was just like the thought of it. You chug them, and it takes a couple seconds. And it also only takes a couple seconds for them to deliver the fruit.
40.
Oh, that's deluxe edition though.
Oh, that's a yeah.
So
Standard is 30.
30, yeah.
So it was like getting that timing down, chugging the thing, turning into a big monster, and smashing them because you would chug it, turn into a monster, and then like you'd be on cooldown, you'd revert back to your form.
Right.
So it's like, yo, they're coming to turn them in. I need to chug it, but I need to get this timing right, like right when they're delivering them, so that I can jump on, smash them. There was just like way more thought and strategy than
Well, one
I
thing that was
anticipated.
interesting with Tawny is she could drop a wall that would block other players, and that's when like we won that one like right at the last wire
it was so
because
intense.
I was on the base dumping my fruit, and these guys were coming after me, and like I put a wall up
Yes,
to
dude.
stop them from killing me right at the buzzer.
I do
That was
like,
that
People were
wall.
popping
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Dude, every time I was in this room, people were screaming when a match would end. Like, yeah! Like, this shit got competitive.
We had one that was like it was 1988 to 2010.
Yeah.
Like we were 12 points away
Yeah.
from the win.
That was nuts.
I did like when you're trying to score points or whatever, if there's an enemy on your thing,
Blocked.
you cannot score, so you got to take them out.
Yeah.
And if someone who played the scorer like the entire time,
Yep.
menace, dude.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm like, yo, where's my team, man?
yeah, because I
Need
was
help.
blocker, and I just kept going to their base to spin and win. I just kept spinning. I was like the freaking Dino character spinning around, just like
Everyone's-
trying to block.
everyone
them.
spins.
It's Crash. Everyone's spinning around. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Cortex had some interesting things because for one, like I could do a normal shot, but I could also do like a transform shot where like I'd shoot them and they turn into like a little lizard or something, and they kind of
that
lose their
happened to me
control.
once.
Polymorph.
Yeah,
Yeah.
polymorph. Yeah, fucking polymorph, man.
And then I could also
get
just
out
like
of here with this shit.
I could just drop pianos on people.
Just dropped the piano on his head.
Who framed Roger Rabbit?
You got it. Good.
Yes.
Yeah. But one time that like just putting a healing like right next to our base. When
Oh, that was
I remember that
clutch
one.
one
That was a
match.
10
It
out of
was
10.
like, thank you.
That's what I mean. That. You're talking about these moments, Blood. That is huge. That is why I'm so hyped on this game, because you play all these games over the course of a couple days, but these moments we remember. It had impact.
I think just because we haven't played a lot of the game also.
And we were together. Of
yes.
course.
Yeah.
And we were together. But I'm just saying.
I feel like you can get that feeling a lot. I'm not trying to discredit this game, but I think that's a very common thing
Okay.
in multiplayer, especially with 4 land setups, dude. You're gonna remember some moments, but there is definitely good in this game.
It had some other like cool things into it too. Like you could cap on how many like Wumpas you could carry fruit.
Yeah.
So like you
It was like
needed to
100,
go.
yeah.
Well, some are different. So it's like the
shit.
scores I think were 130.
Oh.
So the defenders
the
were
score-
100.
Yeah, I think the scores have
And I don't know what the boosters were because I didn't play booster any of them. But yeah, like that was like a thing. And like if you broke too many, it's like, well, I just wasted some because you don't collect them, and now your team, but also like maybe the opponent can't get them either.
Yeah.
So it was kind of fun. Yeah, my favorite thing was using like the grappling hook. You don't have to like hook onto anything. You just do it mid-air, just like dashing. I had like enemy like chasing me. I'm just like, you can't catch me. You get like goodbye, and then like learning as a score like to just like put my like foot on the edge of the score base.
Someone was edge guarding me, dude.
Just like walk on the edge, like, hey, you don't think I'm on it, you don't think I'm on it, but I'm on it. And then walking in a circle, like along the edge, like keep max distance from you. You can't reach me.
The dev was like making fun of me. He laughed because I was like, dude, what is this edge guard? Like, because I kept trying to
Edge
deliver.
guarding. There you go.
And this guy kept knocking me off. I kept jumping back, knocking
So-
off. I was like, what's this edge guard? And the dev was just like, edge guarding?
Dude.
Like, what?
That was why I chose the special, the giant Wumpa fruit thing, because like when it filled up, if
That
you're on
thing
your
was
base,
clutch.
you hit the special, instant 100 deposit. You can't deny it. So
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
like,
nice.
yeah.
The tooltip too said if you use it again, you can get even more.
Yeah,
you can like
it-
stack it.
Yeah, it was, but it took a while to charge. I think the most I
Got
get it off
it.
in a match was like twice with how long they go.
Got
but
it.
like the one I got off twice and stacked, I got like almost like 1,200. And that was up. We didn't get the booster thing either that match, so like we weren't getting like the amplified. Because one match, the highest on the enemy team when they won was like, or got close, was like 300 or 400, and I had like 1,100. But it was like a close score because they like they got boosted by like 150% or something.
my God.
So it's like, dude, that is a
Yeah, the
big game
boost-
changer. Yeah.
Totally. It honestly reminds me of like MOBAs in that sense of like things on the map that you want to get that are separate from your main objective, you know? So those boosters were really important, and we were having like all these little mini battles there, but that takes time. It's like
Yeah.
people are
That's what I'm
gathering
saying.
the
It's like
fruit
once I
and delivering.
finally really understood that mechanic,
Yeah.
I was so hung up with like trying to get the boost pads and
Yeah.
other guys coming and taking them that like I wasn't actually delivering fruit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I got my eye on it.
Yeah. I mean, it's out in like 2 weeks.
Nice.
Whoa,
Yeah.
soon.
Nice.
Yeah. 10 days actually.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Hubert, Super Mega Baseball 4.
Dude, this was so freaking wholesome. This was one of the best parts of my entire weekend. I started the day with this. The creator of this franchise just sit down. He's like, all right, do you like baseball? How much do you know about baseball? You know, I'm like, yo, huge Dodgers fan, blah, blah, play MLB The Show, MVP baseball, Ken Griffey Jr.'s baseball, just like RBI baseball. But I've never really played Super Mega Baseball. I played like number 2 or 3 for 5 minutes. That is my
Oh, okay.
experience with the franchise. Yeah, I am a complete noob and amateur with this series. And I had so much fun. It was so cozy, dude. We were just sitting on the couch. I was playing against the computer. And then I ended up battling him. I was like, don't go easy on me, dude. We are battling it out.
Whoa.
It was really fun. This time, because EA is publishing, they got a lot of real MLB players. So they've got
nice.
David Ortiz and stuff, a lot of legends.
Yeah.
There he is. Yep, David Ortiz. There were like maybe 30 or 40 or so. I asked, kind of about the legend, real characters. Basically, they tried to get characters that have like big personalities, on the field.
Yeah.
And most of them are retired characters.
Of course, yeah.
So the bulk of the players are just, from Super Mega Baseball. The most stages they've ever had, just the biggest game they've had. This game is fully out now, by the way.
Yeah.
But again, I was looking into this franchise, and every single one of these has like an 80 or higher on OpenCritic. These games review exceptionally well, and I saw that firsthand because the mechanics are excellent. Absolutely excellent. Pitching is pretty chill. It's not meter like, MVP or the show. It's basically you use right analog stick to pick a pitch, and then you throw it, and then a little circle will pop up, and you have to use the analog stick to put that circle on where you want the ball. Like, you'll aim for a spot, circle will pop up, and you have to match the circle of the ball. That's it.
Okay.
Sounds so easy, but it's pretty difficult.
Right, yeah.
It's pretty challenging. I mean, that circle is like zoop, and then what's really cool too is you can set your difficulty from like level 0 to 99. There's that granular of difficulty, and that'll affect ball speed and all that. So if you're pitching on 99, it's just like zip. So that is some heavy bass.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
Are there any like mechanics in this series? Like to me, I immediately thought this would be more like arcadey and goofy almost. Like
It definitely is. It is a hybrid, Brad. It is
Okay.
arcade and simulation as well.
But is there like goofy stuff like you're like running into players like some NFL Blitz stuff or something like that?
No,
Okay.
no.
Oh, okay.
No. But the characters still are animated, so like if one of my characters struck out and then just like broke the bat over his leg and like threw it away,
Cool.
The stages are really cool. Or the fields. One of them had like a big roller coaster in the background.
Sick.
So it's
nice.
like it's playful, but the mechanics are deep and intense. Like I explained, pitching, batting is really simple. Just like, put your circle over the ball and hit. X for contact. Circle is bunt. Power swings though. I couldn't stop raving about this. I was like, this is amazing. This mechanic. So you hold square for a power swing, and that will it'll charge up. So you have to time it so right, because if you hold it for too long, it'll like turn red and it'll be bad. You want to get it in the green. So it's all about matching, the delivery of the pitch to that, holding square, letting it charge, and releasing it at the perfect time. And I just thought it was really smart, and it was cool because as a power hit, it really made you commit to it, and I really appreciate that. MLB The Show is basically just like X for contact, square for power swing, and power swing's a little slower and stuff, but this just really made you commit to it, and I really appreciated that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it was really fun. It was another one of those games where I was like, I'm so cozy right now. I could just keep playing this, but I gotta go. And honestly, I just want to play this, dude. I want to play with Damiani because you would kick my ass in this game. Like,
Okay.
I guarantee, Damiani, you are already a professional at this game. Like, I
Okay.
just know it in my bones. I know it in my bones. You will
I'm
dominate.
just seeing a ton of stats, man, on the screen here. and
Yeah,
I'm being like,
so
Yeah, but
you
the
can watch
sim
them
part of
all.
it seems insane.
there's a big sim part. You can dive into all that. These like pennant modes, and there's multiplayer leagues. There's a lot of customization with multiplayer too. Just the leagues, like how you play with your friends. You can really tailor it to set it up like, you and your friends can only play like once a week. You can set that up, and no one will feel pressured. You can play any time during the week.
Oh,
or
that's
whatever.
nice. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Oh.
like, yeah. So just a really solid game. Like, you look at it and it just
Yeah.
looks like
Yeah.
really cartoony, and like, because the show even added arcade mode, which
Yep,
we've streamed.
yep.
And I feel like that was kind of to take a page out of this
Yeah.
game,
Right.
But MLB The Show's arcade mode is extremely simple. There's like 2 buttons total. This has, a bit more mechanics.
Nice.
Fielding still pretty tough, as all baseball games are. Fielding always takes a little bit to get used to. The dive for the ball was a little weird, but I only played a few games, so I can't really speak to how good that is or not. I was just having issues with it, just the timing. But yeah, same fielding like you would expect. You can charge up a throw. A ball's gonna drop or whatever. You can charge it up. Meter will go up. That was really similar to the show. Meter will go up, but if you hold it too long, you'll throw it wide or wild. So it was all about getting that timing perfect to throw it to the bases.
Blammo Tamale is a great baseball player name.
Yeah,
Blammo
the names were
Tamale.
great. The team names were good. There was
Yeah.
like a Legends team just called Boomers, and they had 0 speed. That's
awesome.
Yeah,
All right, cool game.
yeah, really cool.
Cool game.
Like I want to stream this with y'all. Like that's how positive I was on it. I was like, I think people who don't even like baseball at all, they will appreciate this game. So.
Yeah, next up, I got to. This is just like literally just a character creation. I didn't know what I sent you. But anyways.
There's character creation and animal care. It looks
Oh, okay, cool. But that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I checked out Fae Farm,
Fae Farm.
and by the name, it's a
On
farming
home
sim,
decor.
life sim kind of thing. Like this was like an intense information overload kind of thing. It's like he's got 30 minutes and
Yeah.
like trying to show me like every system in the game.
The information overload at events, chat. It is real. It is so real.
While you're trying to play.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
well, but I mean, even then, it's like you're dropped into like a pretty like deep save file where like there's lots of crops already there, and there's already animals and stuff, and like access to multiple towns and everything. But you apparently you start off kind of like washed up on this magical world, and just like start building this farm and helping villagers and all of this kind of thing. And then the fairy wings, which we haven't gotten to the customization yet, but it's apparently like those and the costumes are like things that you unlock over time, like as you do quests and stuff. And so once you get your first set of fairy wings, and then there's like all kinds of other different styles and things like that, then you can like double jump with them. So you like unlock that ability.
gotta get double jump.
Yeah, and then but there is just like a lot of like he was saying that there is a main quest, but then of course you can just get caught up in the systems of like making all of the farms better and all of this kind of stuff, and like managing different character relationships and everything.
Cozy. Yo, the real-time upgrade of this house.
Hubert, specifically speaking of
I love that
cozy,
shit.
I'm gonna jump ahead to this because this is really, really interesting. So your meters, like because you also go out and do dungeons and stuff, right? So like your health and your mana and all of that are based on the coziness of your house.
Actual mechanic coziness.
Actual mechanic coziness.
Cody.
So all of the decorations that you craft and put into your house have like boost up your health and mana and stuff.
Perfect.
So like a feng shui bonus or something.
Sort of. So like basically the way one of the things that he showed me is like you could see like kind of grayed out things that you hadn't built yet, and one of them was a clock. And so we went out, we did this dungeon. He showed me a bunch of dungeon mechanics. We like mined for some ore in there.
Right.
We got some rough gems, and then we brought the rough gems back to this gem polisher station that had already been built, put it in there, let it polish the stones, and then with the polished stones we could build the clock. And then when we put the clock in, we could see that, okay, now that because you put the clock in your house, tomorrow when you wake up, you're going to have this extra little chunk on your health bar. So,
Christmas tree.
dude, in a fireplace.
but
How
there,
did you never play Animal Crossing?
right?
Missed the boat. Because
You did not
I'll
miss
tell
the
you
boat.
exactly
It's a
why.
single-player game.
No, it's because I was reviewing Resident Evil 3 at the time remake. That is 100% the reason. And then the boat sailed. That is it.
It did
That is
not.
it. End of story.
Check
End
your
of story.
receipts, boys.
It's a dead
End of
game.
story. Story's over.
All right. Anyways, but there's like a lot of awareness, I would say, to really putting a lot of work into quality of life and like speeding up the like tedious tasks and things like that. So like one of the things that they showed me, and I think some of this may be like from upgrades and things that you do, but like with like say the watering can or whatever, it's like with this watering can, it's like, okay, yeah, you can water like plant by plant, but if you hold it, it's going to expand, and if you like keep holding it, it's going to expand to like a larger area and just like water this whole freaking plot of land at the same time. And then the same thing with harvesting. It's like just harvest it all up at once. And in the dungeons, similarly, like the dungeons had like so that each dungeon has like 25 floors in it.
Whoa.
With like different resources and stuff in them.
25.
Dang.
But here's the crazy thing.
Tartarus, yeah.
But you don't. It's not like Tartarus. Well, I guess
It's
Tartarus
not
kind of.
going to be literally
But
Tartarus.
it's,
We know.
But once you go back into a dungeon, and if you know like what floor that resource is on, you can basically just pick the floor.
Oh, okay,
That's
good.
nice.
And farm it.
Not exactly. I think that there's probably cooldowns or whatever. But
A for effort, though.
yeah.
Thanks, Isla.
But
I like her reactions to these animals.
Yeah, the thing that you can do, with that thing it does too, automatically, when you go to leave, then it knows that you just want to exit the dungeon once you've got your thing, so you don't have to like go back through all the floors.
Oh,
it's
thank
like
God.
once you go out that exit,
good,
it takes you
yeah.
right just
Thank
straight to
God.
the beginning of the
Diablo
dungeon.
4, leave dungeon.
Yeah.
Except for sometimes, I don't. Whatever.
There's another thing where like I ran out of mana, and then rather than having to go to the inventory and pick a mana potion, it's just like it just a pop up like push out like L2 to like use mana potion.
Oh, nice.
Like just immediately, like we know you need that
Yeah.
right now. Here's the button prompt for it. You don't go have to hunting around through your inventory to find the thing.
So as a farming game newbie, Bloodworth, does the main thing that sets this apart from like Story of Seasons or something is the dungeons? Is that kind of the big thing that's
Yeah, I
that's
mean, Rune
different?
Factory is
Yeah.
does a lot of that too. I think it's definitely not unique in that sense. And like I don't so far like I don't know if that there is anything that is particular unique other than just like the story and the vibes
Yeah.
and the world. And again, there's like these quality of life things. So just like make it so that you get to do what you want to do and not just like have to put up with a bunch of bull crap.
Do
Nice.
other games do that like bonus of organizing your house, affecting stuff like that?
I haven't.
I'm not
that
sure
doesn't sound
about
familiar to
that.
me.
I haven't
Yeah.
heard that from
Sweet.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, and they like the potion station. There's like all kind. Oh, one of the things they're talking about too is like if you're somebody that like really doesn't want to do a lot of combat, you really don't have to do combat. They're saying like you can craft invisibility potions so that you can just wander around the dungeons invisible, and the
That's
enemies won't attack you.
fun.
Sneak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Animal Crossing. Chad is saying that Animal Crossing does it sort of in the background. That's true. You get like an island rating and stuff.
Right, but
It
Animal Crossing
changes
doesn't
other
have
stuff.
health and spells.
No,
and
but it
what I
doesn't.
meant. Yeah, like
It
your
doesn't do
character
that.
stats.
Yeah. But it affects other stuff.
Yeah, it
Octo
always
camo.
has affected like your luck and things like that.
Are there bosses in the dungeons?
I think. I didn't fight any bosses, but I fought some little things in there. You can use a net to catch critters.
Can you swim?
You can swim.
Ooh, can you do that in Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
Can you swim underwater in this?
Didn't see it, so I don't know.
Unconfirmed.
You can swim underwater in Animal Crossing.
Yeah, but not. It's just like you're under there.
Yeah.
I meant like full 3D under there, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Horizon Burning Shores.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yes.
Under the wave.
not Wind Waker.
There's like all these, cooking mechanics where like you actually go to a cutting board and chop up the stuff. This is an interesting thing. There's a tea station. So like in the summertime you make iced teas, and in the winter you make hot teas because it's like the heat or whatever
Sarah
like
Knight's stoked.
affects you, and so like get a cool tea to like
Damian.
Drink
yourself a
iced
little
tea all
boost.
year round, man.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's cold. Cool.
Aside from the wings, there's also like full outfits and hats and stuff. You're talking about propagating fruit trees and like crossbreeding stuff with like beehives. And so like you could like basically like put like beehives in among the trees, or in the hives in the farm. Like if you're farming honey, they're saying that sometimes when you're catching bees, like you'll just randomly will catch a queen, and so then that's what you need to like get
Gotcha.
your honey hive going.
Question, Blower. Did they say anything about online play?
He didn't get into it. I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think it didn't seem like it does a lot of online. If it is, it's separate from all the stuff that I was seeing.
Question, Bloodworth. Did they say anything about romance?
Yes. Yeah, there's
Nice.
definitely romance options and all that is in there. And a
Excellent.
lot of you can go to that's another nice quality of life thing is that when you go to the map, you can see all it because there's like 4 different farms and a bunch of different villages and stuff, and you can see who all is in each village. and there's just like a checkbox, and so you can just go to that person's name, click the checkbox, and then there will be a waypoint to show you exactly where that person is that you want to go talk to.
That is nice. Red Sky informs that Steam page shows online co-op.
Oh, okay, co-op, got it. So you're still like in the
Thank you.
Yeah, actually, yeah, they said that you can have like 4 people.
Oh, okay.
Similar to Animal Crossing in the same world. Let's see. I talked about the clock thing. There's different seasonal events similar to Animal Crossing, but I think it's like the seasons aren't based on real time. It's just like the in-game clock goes by. When it hits midnight, like you automatically go back home, and you wake up the next day.
Shenmue style.
Yeah.
That's a nod. That is a nod, dude. Time to go home. Warp you back.
And then
Did they say they were inspired by Shenmue Blood?
they did not, unfortunately.
Okay.
And then
It was heavily implied, though, in their tone.
Yeah, you saw in that video, you saw the cows and sheep and stuff, and I think like each one of the different farms that you have has like 2 different animals, two different types of animals, and then just this feels like a Harvest Moon kind of thing, but you can just like have one of the animals follow you. Just like have them like walk around the world with you as a little pet.
Great. That's essential. That's
yeah, there
awesome.
was a chicken in there that was doing that.
Dee-doo.
Yeah.
That's very essential.
And yeah, that's the basic rundown of as much as I was able to take notes on.
Cool.
But yeah,
The basics.
Seems
cute
jolly.
little game. Did some fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems jolly.
And then
I love. That's what I'm talking about. I love her little like emote
Yeah.
reactions, her emotions.
absolutely. And then the last thing that I saw while they were doing Ever Crisis, I checked out the new SpongeBob DLC for PowerWash Simulator.
We told the truth, Blood. We said you were there all day.
Yeah,
actually.
Blood was there all day.
Like around 1 p.m. he
Cleaning
went
day.
in. We did not see him again until he got back to the studio this evening.
Dude, the guy played like 4.5
Yeah, we
hours.
lost him to Bikini Bottom.
Oh my God, you're actually the fish. That's so cool.
Hang on.
Yeah, this
It's
is I had a
not-
weird codec on
It's
this.
not playing back well.
Sorry.
That's okay.
It was just on a USB stick that we got as we were walking out the door. But this is their first paid DLC, so they've done a couple other packs that are free.
SpongeBob tax.
Pay up.
Yeah, Nickelodeon wants their
Pay
dollars.
up. Not even Final Fantasy. Well, it's them, but like they didn't make you pay for Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
Tomb Raider.
They make you pay
that's
for
all.
Tomb Raider.
Well, I don't know how that one worked, but yeah, but it is. It's $8. There's 5 different jobs.
A 5's a good amount, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one can.
And they
take
do
quite
say
a
that
bit.
they're going to continue to do free packs.
Oh,
Like,
sweet.
It's not that they're just okay. Now we're just going to charge for everything,
Dude.
It's just there's going to be a mix of like paid packs and free packs.
So generous.
Yeah.
Warhammer is coming.
Yeah.
Wait, is it gonna be like
40K.
bloody?
Oh, yeah. Probably.
No,
I
it's going to
think
be
so.
just dirty.
Or just really dirty.
They just do dirt. They don't do blood yet.
I mean, we don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay,
Because when they showed Warhammer, they just like washed off the logo.
got it.
Yeah, but that it does go to the point of this. They've done a lot to really like get the aesthetic and the look of SpongeBob in this. I was basically cleaning a bus.
Dude, Blood, I recognize that immediately from the show. That exact location, the gag, the
Yeah.
whole time. It's from the episode of Rock Bottom where he gets stranded and he's trying to get a ride from that bus out of there. I was like, beautiful. I knew it immediately.
Yeah,
That's great.
Patrick House is the other one.
The Rock? Patrick's?
Yeah, well,
It's just a rock. I love that.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a rock.
I remember. I wrote down Patrick's house.
Okay, cool.
But
Squidwards?
yeah, actually, I think the press release has like all 5 jobs. Let me find it.
List them out, Blood.
Yeah,
Krusty Krab's got to be on there.
let's see.
The
that's a different
collaboration
one.
we never knew we needed, dude.
Right.
PowerWash Simulator and anything.
Conch Street,
Okay.
the Bikini Bottom Bus,
Yeah.
the Krusty Krab, the Paddy Wagon, the Invisible Boatmobile, and the Mermalair.
invisible boatmobile? It's invisible.
Does it just disappear when you wash it?
Yeah, I don't understand. Okay, it's very sick. Or it's just going to be like a dirty looking boat that slowly gets harder
Yeah,
to
maybe
see.
it's like super dirty. And
It's just
then,
covered in it. As you clean it, it just disappears.
That's fun.
That is sick, dude.
Yeah, they also talked about like making like a design for the power washer that looked like it could potentially work
from Bikini
underwater.
Bottom?
And
That's
why it looks
awesome.
different. It's got like a little valve and stuff on it.
that is awesome.
Isla's desperately trying to get this footage to work because of the
I'm
stupid
trying
codec.
to handbrake it.
Yeah,
Dude, I want to
I
play
don't
this.
think we're gonna get it before we finish talking about it.
Yeah, Brad, you're like
say?
midnight release on this thing, aren't you?
No, but I want to play it. I want to play it.
So yeah, that's 6 new maps, not 5. So
Sick.
that's nice.
That's awesome.
10 new achievements.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
More than Switch.
List them out. Yeah. More
Yeah.
than Switch. Damn.
Damn, that hurts every time.
Yeah.
So that's it for day 2
Yeah.
Damn it.
of what we can talk
Alright.
about.
Seriously.
It's okay. It wasn't even the level that I played, so it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, although they haven't really seen a lot of that footage yet, but whatever. But yeah, so we have seen other things that we are not able to talk about just yet. So we are going to have another session of impressions on Tuesday afternoon. Hopefully we can get through all of that then, because there are actually more. I think there are more things that we haven't talked about than we talked about today.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm embargoed to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got me.
You're going to want to tune in.
They got me.
But we're going to be seeing we're actually going to be seeing some more things over the next couple of days, and then there are the things that they just wanted us to wait until after the Xbox conference, after the Ubisoft conference. So there's more to come, and then there are other things that we can't talk about until significantly later that we'll have to just shoot and put them up as those dates come around. So when those awkward previews come up and it's like weeks later and we're talking about, hey, we just played this Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
That's what's happening in those videos.
Yeah.
But tomorrow morning is the Xbox show. That's a
Starfield, let's go! I want
Big.
to see it.
To put up.
big show.
Dude, it's so exciting. I'm so ready to see it with my eyeballs. Let's go.
Rock.
I've seen it.
Yeah, we have seen it
Not
before.
like this, though. This
Will
is
it
the real
impress?
deal.
We're going to get
Will
more
it impress?
customization.
It will unsell us even more.
It further the lies of P, lies of
Lies of
Phil,
P, dude.
lies of Phil.
Oh, I'm so ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, so we're going to have our pre-show starting at 9:30 in the morning. Xbox main conference goes from 10 until noon. Starfield is 12 to 1. PC gaming show is 1 to 3.
Day 9.
And then-
Shout out to Day 9.
Yeah, and then we're gonna break. A lot of people are gonna go get some rest. I'm gonna go run and do some other things. I'll be on Giant Bomb tomorrow night, so check that out. I'll be there with Jeff Grubb and some other folks. And then Ubisoft is Monday morning. Capcom, we're gonna have to be late because Capcom didn't announce until we already had things booked.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
It'll be that day, though. just later.
yeah, it'll just be later that day. We're looking at probably 5 o'clock, but basically, Huber and I will be out until 4, and then we have to get back here because we're not doing that without Huber.
Come.
Tuesday, we're going to tune into the Xbox Extended Showcase just to make sure we don't miss anything when we talk about stuff on the podcast. We're going to record that podcast early this week. We're going to do those extra impressions, and we're going to have our group stream where we're hoping to check out some demos. We've seen a few demos drop. We're going to get those, and we're hoping for some more. And then we're going to sleep on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we're going to come back with our community showcase and stream team. Yeah, tomorrow morning, bright and early, is the next thing. Thank you to everybody who has been subbing and resubbing and dropping stuff in those donations if you've been doing that. If you're not aware, there's a little donation link right there under this video player. And there is also our Patreon. So everything that we do is because of our viewers pitching in and supporting and making it all happen. We are funded by our fans. So please consider becoming a monthly patron and going in there, getting those awards, getting in on that Discord, getting in on, like, if you like taking food pics, you got people to share food pics with.
Tell me honey loves talking about food.
Yeah. And there's
passion.
there's
It's a passion.
sports
Makes
channel
me
in there
passionate.
too. If you like Super Mega Baseball 4, get in there.
Yeah.
All of that good stuff.
Game is sick.
But yeah, mainly though, the main purpose, of course, those are rewards for you, but the main purpose is to keep this thing running. So thank you for hanging out with us late tonight, and we will see you bright and early tomorrow morning.